Imagine a world where even a simple knee scrape or even a bad paper cut has the potential to kill you. Wait, you think that's crazy? I mean, even if you were to get infected, you could just take some antibiotics, right? Well, as society continues to abuse antibiotics, that imaginary scenario described before, well, it might not be so imaginary. As antibiotics become more common, resistant bacteria have started to appear more frequently, some even being capable of combating more than one antibiotic. These types of bacteria are called superbugs, and their ability to be unaffected by antibiotics is something called antibiotic resistance. So what exactly is antibiotic resistance? Well, according to the CDC, antibiotic resistance happens when germs like bacteria and fungi develop the ability to defeat the drugs designed to kill them. That means the germs are not killed and continue to grow. The results of antibiotic resistance can be devastating. As of 2013, 67% of Salmonella typhi cases are resistant to at least one antibiotic, and every year more than 2 million Americans get infections that are resistant to antibiotics specifically designed to fight them. Well, how exactly is this happening? What's causing this resistance?
Life finds a way.
Well, a major contributor to antibiotic resistance is evolution itself, and Darwin's theory of natural selection to be more specific. Like almost all other organisms, bacteria go through random mutations all the time. Most of the time, these mutations don't cause any significant changes and are neither harmful nor helpful. However, when there is a new environmental factor that causes evolutionary stress on the organism, some mutations could prove helpful in letting the organism be better adapted to its environment. This results in that mutation surviving along with the organism and being successfully passed on to the organism's offspring, resulting in that specific mutation being more common among the species. Here, imagine a colony of bacteria. Now imagine some of them having a random mutation that allows that specific organism to be resistant to an antibiotic. Now imagine that the antibiotic is used on this population of bacteria. All the organisms that don't have the mutation will die, but the ones that have the mutation won't. These bacteria will then reproduce and multiply, resulting in there now being a lot more bacteria that are resistant to that antibiotic. Now, although this is starting to sound very grave, fret not. Many national and international agencies have started to create plans to combat antibiotic resistance. For one, the CDC has created a national 5-year action plan in 2015 that hoped to combat antibiotic resistance by encouraging innovation and research for new prevention strategies, increasing and enhancing surveillance, and adopting evidence-based stewardship strategies. The FDA has also started to combat resistance by starting to approve certain new antibiotics that have proven to combat resistant ones, and to establish and reinforce more regulations on the proper use of antibiotics. International organizations like the WHO have also created plans to combat antibiotic resistance. These include investing in further awareness regarding the understanding of antibiotic and antimicrobial resistance. Now, that's cool, but what can you specifically do to help combat increased antibiotic resistance? Well, 1. Don't use antibiotics to treat viral infections. 2. Avoid mild doses of antibiotics over long periods of time. 3. When treating a bacterial infection with antibiotics, take all your pills and finish your prescription. 4. Use a combination of drugs to treat a bacterial infection. And 5. Reduce or eliminate the preventive use of antibiotics on the livestock and crops that you consume. In other words, try to avoid meat and produce that has used antibiotics in it. In the current state of the world, where we are in the middle of a global pandemic, it is more important now than ever that one is aware of antibiotic resistance and that we do anything and everything that is possible to combat it.